So you're going to France. What are you going to do outside of Paris? I mean, you're not going to spend your whole time in Paris, are you? Look, I get it. Paris is amazing. Love it. Clearly, it's my favorite city in the world. Been there a half dozen times. But you need to get out and see more. There's a lot more to see and do in this country than just this wonderful city. And that's why we're here. That's what we got in this episode of Window Seat. The top 10 places to go in France outside of Paris. France. It's one of the most popular tourist destinations on the planet. But that's in large part due to Paris. And we're not going to even talk about that. There's a number of places we could choose to start with, but really, the best place to start is up north in Normandy. This is a region where nature, history, and culinary delights meet in a wonderfully beautiful way. And to help explain a lot of this, we're going to need Jeremy to help us out here.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy Hubbard back here in the tiny village of Sainte-Marie-du-Mont in Normandy, France. Take yourself back, if you will, to the early morning hours of June 6, 1944. In that church tower behind me right there, a couple of German soldiers taking aim and firing their weapons at the Americans who had just landed on the beaches below them. It was the start of D-Day, and this was ground zero for it. And it's just one of the places you should visit when you come to Normandy.
Just one of the great small towns you want to check out in Normandy. But there's definitely a time that's best to be here.
We're talking about the week of June 6th. That's when you gotta come.
To see the revelry and celebration, the reenactors, and old gear. This place is truly special to see and to celebrate the end of one of the darkest times in the last 100 years. There really is nothing like it.
Next up on the list, you've got to pay respect to the history that unfolded here by taking a walk on one of the beaches on the Normandy coast.
Some of which are still littered with war remnants. From Omaha to Utah, they all have their own place in history. Not to mention stunning beauty. There's also the Omaha Beach Cemetery. It's a revenant spot where you can come pay your respects to those who made the ultimate sacrifice, half a world away from home to help the Allies win the war. And if you're a history buff at all, this is a must-see.
The next stop on your trip to Normandy, France has got to be that place that you see all over Instagram, but you can't quite figure out where it is. It turns out it's right here. We're talking about Mont Saint-Michel.
Since the 8th century, this place has been a pilgrimage for those to come and worship. And that was well before this became a social media must-see. And depending on when you come, the look and feel is different. You can walk all the way out to it when the water is low, but the visual when it's high is out of a fairy tale.
High tide, low tide, no matter when you go, that place is amazing. You're going to want to check it out when you come to Normandy.
Our next spot is on the opposite end of the country, Marseilles. It's considered France's second city, but nowhere near as popular for tourists as Paris. It's a gritty port city that sits on the Mediterranean, bringing a completely different vibe than Normandy, and really much of the rest of France. The iconic view of Notre Dame de la Garde resting on the hilltop overlooks this city. You can walk to the top, but we recommend taking a cab because it's a beast of a walk. Then you can walk around the harbor, which brings a lot of energy and fun to the city, no matter the time of day. It's vibrant, it's entertainment, it's got a lot to do. Definitely worth a spot in your itinerary to France. Next up, when you think France, wine is probably one of the first things that comes to mind. And no region epitomizes that more than Bordeaux. Now, the city itself is actually quite large, with a population exceeding 250,000 people, filled with restaurants and cafes dedicated to the local spirits. But the reason to come here is the wine tourism, if that's your thing. But even if it's not, it's still worth it.
Definitely Bordeaux wines authentic, and you have to pair it with the lunch or dinner.
There are more than 7,000 chateaus and 13,000 wine growers in this region alone. Think about that for a second. In this area, that's just crazy. And there are a number of ways to visit some of these for yourselves.
To a third place, we'll go to second chateau, called Château La Croisille. And La Croisille is a Grand Cru classique.
From tours to the hotels that can provide a boat shuttle or just a van shuttle, to renting your own vehicle and driving around, you'll have a number of options. Now, the most popular area is Saint-Emilion. Walking through this town is like stepping back in time. A fairy tale type place that revolves around a spirit, so to say.
And the third thing was with the pilgrimage.
And another reason why Bordeaux is a can't miss spot on any French adventure. Next up is one of our favorite spots in all of France. While the French Riviera gets a lot of love, and don't worry, we'll get there. Sitting on the Atlantic coast is Basque country, and at the heart of it, Biarritz.
Like, what's the best? Do you want to be like, have the, is that a bad picture?
This is the home of European surf culture. Surfers come virtually year-round to ride the waves here. It's a vibe you don't necessarily expect when you think of France. And it's an easy city to walk around because it's not too big. But even with a population of around 25,000 people, it's got a lot of great shopping, great food, casinos, natural beauty. You can walk to the Rock of the Virgin Mary or just explore the coastline. But this place became really popular due to the European royalty and celebrities that began visiting in the 1800s. And a big part of that is readily visible from looking down the shoreline.
Fancy.
It's like, who the are you
He's
guys?
like, why are you guys like videoing this?
It's like,
Really? He's like, we don't do that here. We're really, holy.
the Hotel Dupelle just stands out. And if the name already didn't give it away, this was built as a summer villa for Empress Eugenie back in 1855. No, obviously it's no longer a palace of sorts, but it was renovated and still welcomes visitors from all over the world. It's quite the hotel to explore if you choose to stay here. I know we thoroughly enjoyed our time, and it really helped us feel like the royalty that used to frequent here. Next, we head down to the French Riviera. Really don't feel the need to spend too much time here telling you why this area is fantastic. From Cannes to Saint-Tropez to Nice, there's so many beautiful beaches, museums, amazing culinary scene, and pure luxury. If you want a glamorous beach vacation, this is where you want to go. This area just screams relaxation, glamour, luxury, you name it, it's got it. And there's a bunch of different places you can explore. Nice is the biggest of all of them, so there is more to see and do there. And you can even head down to Monaco from there. But it's easy just to rent a car, drive down the coast, and see all the different locations, and you can decide for yourself. Next, let's climb high and see Chamonix, a postcard village nestled beneath Mont Blanc, Western Europe's tallest peak. The cable car can whisk you up over 3,800 meters in under 30 minutes. The view, pure Everest-level beauty across 3 countries. And speaking of which, you can actually ski down into 3 countries from here. In the summer, there's a number of trails to hike. In the winter, obviously skiing's a big thing. Everything's dramatic here, like skiing off a glacier where you can see the entire Alps range. And don't skip on the alpine dishes like fondue or raclette, and the hearty soups after a day in the cold. It all tastes much better at altitude. Our next stop, we journey to the dreamlike area of the south, Provence, where golden stone villages, vineyards, and vivid lavender fields paint the landscape. The Valensole Plateau in full bloom is a sight to behold. The lavender waves stretch as far as you can see. June and July are peak bloom, but spring and fall bring wildflowers, olives, and vineyards. And the villages in Provence are out of a storybook. Some rest on a cliff, others look medieval royal. It's just a beautiful, quiet area where you can come and enjoy yourself and relax on a wonderful vacation. You'll live your fantasy wandering through these streets. And don't miss the local markets with fresh cherries, olive oils, and tapenade. Throw in a glass of rosé from a Provence vineyard and you're in vacation mode. Next up, Lyon. Now, this is something special if you like to eat, so food lovers, be prepared to swoon. Lyon is France's culinary capital, a city of flavor, history, and cozy charm. You find history around every corner with Renaissance buildings in Old Lyon, Traboulez, and the sprawling basilica overlooking it all. But for me, you gotta have the food. There are so many different locations you can eat at, from traditional to local. It's just all incredible. and then you wash it down with another glass of local wine. The city is more than 500,000 people and has a lot to offer. It is also known as the birthplace of cinema, after the Lumiere brothers invented the cinematograph and even held the first public screening here. Fun spot for film buffs. Our next spot takes us north again to the Lir Valley, where every corner is draped in chateau grandeur and vine-laced romance. Now this first spot, Chateau de Chambord, is like a fairy tale castle, with hundreds of chimneys and that spiral staircase apparently designed by Leonardo da Vinci. And there's another chateau across the river Cher and surrounded by immaculate gardens filled with roses and herbaceous borders. Now you can rent a bike and coast through the flat vineyard paths, linking castle after castle. Or just stop for wine tasting in a number of different towns, because why not? There are even riverboat cruises you can take through the valley that provides a different perspective. Nothing brings the romance quite like a riverboat through beautiful French villages, and that's something you really will never forget. Our last destination, Annecy, a gem in the French Alps and nicknamed the Venice of the Alps. It's pure fairy tale. Canals lined with pastel houses and cobblestones, gondola-style boats, and canal-side cafes where you can watch the world drift by. And look, I get it, I've said fairy tale a lot in this episode. But a number of fairy tales are based off the architecture in France, so it happens. And as you can see, it deserves the moniker. From the canals to the mountains to the medieval architecture, there is a lot to enjoy here. It's a unique stop in this country and one you need to see for yourself. That's it. That's our list of top places to see in France outside of Paris. What did we miss? Please let us know in the comments below. What did you like? And if you could also do us a favor and like and share this video so we can spread the word about traveling all over the world. We're a little over 80 countries now and trying to hit them all. And one last favor, if you could hit that subscribe button and follow us on our journeys, we'd really appreciate that. We'll be back right here next week with another episode of Window Seat at 8 a.m. Eastern. Until then, enjoy one of these other episodes from Window Seat.